Okay, you know what? I'm really excited. Tonight I've got the host of Vibe Sessions. He has been in a really iconic movie, Lean on Me, and he's also been in two groups. One with his friends from the film Lean on Me called RIFF, and then he and two others from the group joined Men of Vision on their sophomore album. So this is Mr. Nitty Green, and I'm going to bring him in. He's got so much to talk about, and definitely look forward to speaking with him and seeing, just hearing a lot about what he's got off and what's been going on with them. How you doing this evening?
Good, man. How you doing?
Yeah, doing very well. It's a real pleasure and honor to be able to get to speak with you. It's when you watch a film like Lean on Me back in the 80s, you can't you think, okay, the kid's there, you don't remember what's going on and stuff, but we've got quite a lot to sort of cover and stuff, and this must be the music. It's how you got to where you are, because not all of us have the opportunity. So what was the special spark and that really got you to where you are and stuff? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. Let's talk about it. You just let me know when you're ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
Definitely. Now, because we have an international audience, I believe you're on the East Coast. Where exactly are you from and stuff?
Well, I'm over here now, man, in Jersey. I'm born and raised in Paterson, New Jersey. Okay. I'm still Jersey bound though. I can't really leave Jersey, man. I love it right now.
Okay. I think geography-wise, it's close to New York, I believe. Yeah,
I'm like 3-4 minutes away from New York City.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So how did you start off? Because as I said, I guess we watch the documentaries and we see everyone from the Temptations and stuff starting off somewhere. But how did it happen for you? What did you start singing? Music lessons and stuff, or how did it start?
Well, I started, you know what, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I really didn't know that I was gonna move into the singing direction. I was more of a musician. I was a drummer.
Oh.
So I used to play the drums for the church choir, and I used to watch my mother sing.
Okay.
And I was mesmerized by what she can do with her vocals, and you know what I mean? Me and my sisters started picking it up around the house, just watching my mom sing at church, and we'll come home and try to do what my moms do. So I first got my bug watching my mother sing.
Wow.
Then my mom started, introducing us to like different music in the house, like Temptations, Gladys Knight and the Pips, Chicago. Like she had a broad range of music, and we took it all in. And I don't know, man, one day we were in choir rehearsal.
Oh, by this time you started going to choir, so not just drumming, or were you still drumming?
Right, I was, this is a rehearsal in choir.
Okay.
Rehearsal. My mother was like, Mike, come here. So she goes, I want you to sing this song. So I'm like, you know what I mean? So she goes, you have such a beautiful voice. I want you to sing the song. I'm like, all right, I'll try it.
Okay, well, hold on. In front of everyone, there was no fear, no nerves?
Listen, I used to stutter real bad. I had a stuttering problem.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I was always a shy guy.
Yeah.
So for her to pull me up to make me sing in front of everybody, I was mad at her for a couple of days. I was hurt because my mom was like my best friend, and she knew I was shy. But after I broke through that, me and my sister started singing, and that's pretty much how I got my start. Okay. But when I got into high school is how my group RIFF formed.
Okay. Now before we get there, now full time I'm a mental health therapist, and I work with under 18s, and when they have struggles with anxiety, the way we treat them is by exposing them to things that got them nervous. So you said you're a shy person, and your mom put you on the spot. That's what we call flooding when it comes to exposure work. It's like just throwing you in a deep end, and like you can swim. So that's Now, apart from overcoming the nerve, that's the amazing part. I mean, how old were you? That's one. And two, did you sing well?
Well, I mean, yeah, like my moms knew that I had a nice voice, and I was very nervous. I was very, very, very nervous, man. But it came out right in the rehearsal. You know, she was teaching it to me line by line. You know what I mean? And I pretty much sang it the way she showed me to sing it, and it came off really, really well. You know, the church, when they finally did the song in church, I blew them away. So it was more like, okay. Mike has a voice. He has a little voice. And,
what did that do for your confidence? What did that do for that shyness that you had? Yeah.
I mean, it definitely taught me that if I just try, you know what I mean? Like, at first you don't succeed, try again. And I learned, you know, to get through that and try it. I tried it. It came out really well. I was very surprised. But it wouldn't have been something that I wanted to do at first because I was a drummer. Like I said, I was comfortable in the back, you know, drum. I was comfortable. But my mom was like, bring it. And she made me sing this song. So now, that's how I got it.
Was it because she didn't want you to continue with the drums, or was it because she thought this would be the best way to overcome your nerves? What do you think, looking back, as to why she didn't want you to continue with the drums and focus on the singing?
Well, she knew that I was going to continue the drums because she had bought me all these drums. Yeah. So I better have kept that drum stuff up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I better have kept that drum stuff up. But she wanted to introduce me. I looked at it as I went on. She was introducing me to she wanted me to get over some of the things that I have. She wanted me to become more braver, to try different things, to come out of my shell, because I did stutter a lot, man. I was very shy, but she knew I had a voice. She knew I was talented.
Yeah.
She was doing what a mother do, try to push them and see where they go from there. So I thank her for that, because I don't really think, like, had she not have done that, I probably wouldn't have been singing. I probably would have been a musician.
Yeah.
Just playing drums.
But then how were you when you were in school and when you were with your friends? Were you still the shy introvert, or was that when did that personality did it change, or were you only vocal at home and then when you're out in public you were withdrawn?
Well, I gotta tell you, man, in the 80s, it was so much music going on, man. And, you know, Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie.
Oh yeah.
It was like so much going on in the music industry at the time. So Prince, it was so much. And here in Jersey, you know, like we had this TV show, MTV, and they play all of the videos, man. And back in the 80s, it was so much talent. Yeah. So much talent, man. I can go down the list. It's just so much, you know, from the Van Gogh,
Stevie,
Like, it was just so much talent in the 80s. Yeah. Boy George, everybody, George Michael. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it was so much talent. You know what I mean? And it was women artists, and it was men artists, it was bands, it was rock bands, everything was going on. So I started watching that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, just staying in the TV, like just watching them.
Yeah.
And, you know, I had my friends, we used to get together, you know what I mean? We'd be singing New Edition and, you know what I mean? New Kids on the Block, the Force MDs, we singing all their records. So I knew that I could sing before I went to high school. I knew I had a voice, you know what I mean? I was already seasoned. I was singing in a little band back in the day with Fetty Wap's mother, his father, and a couple of other musicians. We all sang in a band together, right?
Yeah.
So I knew that I had the talent. So when I got up to high school, how they found out that I could sing, it was more of a test. I came to school one morning, and you know, this is when I first got into high school.
Yeah.
You know, Joe Clark, the principal at that time, had just did something that was crazy the year before. He had threw out 200 students. He threw them out of the building because the fact is they wasn't keeping up with their their lessons. They were being bad at the school, causing havoc, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when he got there, he had them go through the database, find out who was doing what, who was passing the test, who was being focused, who were not being focused.
Wow.
And he held a assembly program and had these students up on stage. And he basically told them, this is the end of the road for you. You know, if you're not coming here to learn, I have to let you go into the wild. And it was like, find another school to go to. Kicked him out. Boom. Started chaining the doors and everything. Caused mayhem in Jersey. They locked him up for this. They locked Joe Clark up for this. Yeah. So when we got there, meaning me, my first year in high school, and I got there, he held another assembly of us coming in. He was like, listen, I just threw out 200 students and I'll do it again. I'll go to jail every day. It doesn't matter. I'll go to jail. But you will not come inside this building and not learn and like cause havoc and cause other children not to get their education. It's not gonna happen.
Wow.
So Warner Brothers and everybody heard about this guy.
Oh.
You understand what I'm saying? And started reaching out. They wrote a story on him and stuff like that. And one day, man, I'm sitting in homeroom. This is my freshman year. I'm sitting in homeroom and I hear Michael Best come to the office. This is over the loudspeaker. So I'm sitting there like, okay. Now, mind you, Mr. Clark demanded coming into the school that you learn the school song. If you did not know the school song, he would suspend you.
Wow.
For how many days he want. However many days he felt like giving you. He just would suspend you, throw you out until you learned it, come back, sing it for him, and then he'll let you back in the building. But he demanded that you learn the school song. So he called me to the office. Michael Best, come to the office. I come down to the office, man, and there was 2 girls inside his office with him, waiting for me. So I go in, and he goes, Mr. Best, he said, I had a question for you. He goes, which one of these girls are you dating? I'm like, none. I'm like, none of them, sir. He goes, Mr. Best, he said, somehow, I just don't believe you, man. I'm sorry, I just don't believe it. He goes, just for that, he said, I want you to sing the school song, man. And I begged him, I said, Mr. Clark, I said, please, sir, please. I said, if you let me come back tomorrow and sing the school song, I'm gonna blow you away, right? Now, mind you, I just want to let you know this. You are getting this raw and uncut right now, brother. Okay. I didn't know the school song. Okay? I hadn't learned it yet. You know what I mean? So I was going to get suspended that day. I know it. But somehow or another, it was Secretary Day. And he said, okay. He said, listen. He said, because it's Secretary Day, I'm going to give you a pass, Mr. Playboy. He said, I want you to come back tomorrow and sing the school song. He said, if you do not know this school song, and if you do not blow me away, I'm gonna suspend you for 21 days, which means that you will have to repeat the school year over.
Wow.
Again, which means I was in the 9th grade, I would have to do the 9th grade again.
Wow.
The following year. So I got up with my brothers, Anthony and Dwayne, who I knew could sing. We hadn't had a group though. We were just singing in church. We sang in church. I got up with Anthony and Dwayne Jones, and we put a rendition of the school song together that you know it today to be in that movie.
Okay.
We came back the next day, and Mr. Clark was like, okay. It was like, ladies and gentlemen, rise for the singing of the school song. Now, this is over the loudspeaker inside his office. The whole school has to stand up.
Wow.
My man, when we did it a doo-wop way, as you know it.
Yeah.
Today, we did it three-part harmony, and Mr. Clark was standing there looking at us like as we struck it up. Bayside. We singing it, right? We changed it from the way it used to go. We changed it. We totally flipped it. And he was standing there like, and I'll tell you, man, first of all, he introduced us like this. He said, ladies and gentlemen, the Playboy. So then we went into it. After we finished, he stood back like this, and all you can hear was a big roar. Like, I'm telling you, it was like a tidal wave of applause, like coming from the school. It was like, oh, you just heard the screaming, the yelling. I'm gonna tell you right now, brother, we had to sing that school song every day for a year. Every day we had to come in his office and sing the school song.
The three of you.
We wanted the school to learn it the way we sang it.
Wow.
When Lean on Me came about, we was making so much money.
Wow.
I was able to move my family out and put my immediate family, which is myself, my two sisters, and my mother, into another home. Like I was able to put them in a house.
Wow.
So
amazing.